business person, just shake your heads if you agree that this is my business and how dare you. And they're very arrogant. They're very pushy. They're very negative. They make you feel uncomfortable in their store. They make you feel like maybe you're doing something wrong or you're a criminal, right? Teenage people, you go into a store, maybe they think you're trying to buy a lighter for the wrong purposes, right? You get labeled and you get criticized very early on. So what Joint Ventures is trying to create is, and hopefully someone in this classroom gives me a call and create something new, is we're trying to create a realm where we are not criticizing people like that, where we are trying to nurture and grow people instead of judge, criticize, or otherwise cut them down, right? How many people feel cut down on a daily basis? Shake your head. Cut down, criticize, judge, right? If you become an entrepreneur, times that by 10, 100 even. So what I did was I went and got a bunch of friends. I said, hey guys, listen, I don't entirely know how to start this business, but can everybody help? So Joint Ventures Unlimited has created a bunch of partnerships where on a day-to-day basis, I work with upwards of 15 and 20 people on a day-to-day basis that are close partners and friends of mine, that are cross-connectors, cross-promoters, affiliates of, friends of, connections of people that are calling me to do the next awesome thing. So if any of you in this room are trying to become an entrepreneur, step one, decide who you are. Who are you? What do you feel passionate about? Because here's a trick. If I'm selling cars, and I know nothing about cars, or gymnastics, or whatever, if I know nothing about these things, then people are they're gonna get it quick. They're gonna understand it quick. They're going to see it in my eye, whichever one. This eye, by the way, is blind from a box cutter in a fight in a bar. So in my past life, I wasn't making joint venture agreements. I wasn't trying to be successful. I wasn't managing myself positively and correctly. I was doing what other people do, where like almost, you know those rap songs you might idolize? Yeah, don't do it. Been there, got the postcard. Don't do it. Think what I'm thinking. Focus on being positive. Manage yourself. Promote yourself positively. And here's another thing successful people do, pardon me. They promote other people positively. So if you are a negative person, everybody's in their mind, they're picturing whoever the most negative person is that they know. The negative gossiper person, oh, he just thinks he's so cool. Oh, he's just the man, huh? No, maybe he is the man. You ever thought about that one? Maybe he's great at what he does. And maybe you should tell people how great he is instead of bullying him. Because what most people in most high schools do is they bully each other, right? By negatively talking about talents instead of positively promoting talents. That's crazy to me. What does crazy mean? Absolutely backwards? Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's absolutely backwards. That's not what you do. JC is one of the most talented people I've ever met. When I play sports with him, I feel silly. He beats me at everything. But when we do MMA, I beat him hands down. We promote each other positively. He knows I'm going to win the fight. I know he's going to win the basketball match. It is what it is. But I like him for it. I don't hate him for it. He's my friend, right? So the one thing, if you're going to be a business person, understand that you have to be friendly. You have to be not friendly as in the fake friendly, because if you're fake to me, oh, it bothers me. It makes me angry. If you're fake to me, if you lie to my face, business people get very, very good at reading people. So if you're ever going to lie to a business person, think twice, because they probably lived a life that you didn't. And in their life, they read eyes. So I can read the eyes in the room, who's interested, who's not, who's lying, who's barely paying attention, who's falling asleep. No, it doesn't matter if you tell me or not. Your eyes are telling me. Eye contact in business and respect and friendship, positively promoting each other, cross-promoting each other. When I'm a personal trainer, and this person over here is a massage therapist, every time somebody talks about training, she should refer me. And every time I hear about massage, I'm going to refer to her. We both make, that doesn't cost us anything. We're both making more money. We're doubling our promotion ability, right? Again, any questions through this, please ask me. A joint venture agreement for any of you should be as simple as find a friend who shares a passion like yours, but doesn't have the same skill set. You don't want two people with the same skill sets in the group. Not right off the bat, maybe later on, but not immediately. I am a leader type person and I'm the speaker of my group. If there was another person that was exactly like that, we might clash at that moment. Now, that doesn't mean that I can't work with that person, but it doesn't mean that I should have him in my immediate partnership, because that might not work out. understanding personalities, egos, passions, and how much people care about certain parts of the project is important. So when you're creating a joint venture agreement, it's important to create everybody as a happy member within the agreement. Your teacher should be happy by the time I leave here, right? If I came up here and said a bunch of things he didn't agree with, it might not be good for the joint venture relationship, right? He has to agree with this. Sadiq has to be proud of this for this to continue. St. Joseph's has to allow it, right? So if you, in this class, don't positively promote the Ascension program, you don't talk about this class, your teacher has a harder time creating that joint venture. Why? Because all of the time wasted by all of us was not taken by you, digested, used, utilized, and then otherwise promoted in a positive fashion, right? So when you leave this classroom today, you could have two things. You could have one in mind where, I don't like that Justice character. I think he's a little full of himself, I don't really like him. You can judge me. Or you could take whatever you do like that I said, you could positively promote that and say, hey man, listen, this guy in class today, he said you can just go to somebody and ask them for stuff. And they'll just give it to you. And it's crazy, and they'll even let you sell it. Nuts, crazy, but not. It's crazy to those who worked in Chryslers their whole lives. It's not to those who work in business, right? So if you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to be a self-made person, then you have to make yourself a positive person. Get in shape. There's not a billionaire that's not going to tell you that they don't take an hour of power for themselves, where in the morning they take their hour of power to set their mindset. So in the morning, for example, listen to this. Please don't fall asleep on this part. This is the most important part that I'll ever teach you. When I was going through rough states in my life, my thought processes were not working correctly. I was making not good judgments, correct? And people do this. To get yourself out of that mind state, you guys have YouTube. Everybody has YouTube, or can go to somewhere who does have YouTube. Put in success meditation, positive meditation. In a little half an hour video, it's going to give you words that are going to help retrain your brain to think differently. So you'll lay on your back, and you'll relax, and you'll take a little nap, and while the meditation speaks, you are gearing yourself towards success. You are creating opportunities instead of challenges. You are eliminating barriers and finding solutions. These little things that you brainwash yourself with are the same thing that other people that are negative brainwash themselves with. This city sucks. I hate my life. My parents are terrible. Okay, loser. Got your back. Winners, we don't talk. We don't make excuses. We don't blame other people for our failures. We accept failures and we grow from them. We learn from them. We adapt. Today, I had no idea what I was going to say to you. I had not one idea what I was going to say to this class today. But now I'm looking at eyes, and they're looking at me. They're looking at me. Pick an eye, look at it. Blind side. I'm reading eyes, and I'm trying to find out desperately, if I was 16 or 17 years old, what would I need to listen to? Come on. What would I need to listen to from that person? Because you have to listen. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen as much as you talk. I like that you didn't blame him. Top shelf. Entrepreneur in the making. You accept a mistake, you're in the front of the class, and you move on with it. Guess what? I talked too much in class. Guess what? I got thrown out of all of them. But now I go back into classes, right? But I've learned how to be a little bit more respectful on the way, right? I was not respected. You guys in the front of the class, simple things of respecting me. That's my impression of you now for the rest of maybe your life. I might not meet you, right? Oh, that guy was in the front of the class, thought he was slick. Do you know more than me? Probably not. So listen, right? If you can train your brain to listen to those who are worth listening to, oh, now you're in business. Now you're in success. The difference between those people, I do go take courses and upgrade my knowledge in that fashion, but most of my knowledge is Google. Google this, Google that, YouTube this, YouTube that. And here's another brilliant thing you might want to keep in mind. Your teacher does this awesome thing that I've seen, these quotes of the day and tips of the day. I love that, because he's teaching you how to teach yourself something once a day, right? So you should be reading positive quotes. If you're thinking about finding brilliant words to say, like, well, I don't know how to be a good speaker. Okay, well, that's because you haven't spoken before. A. And B, listen to other people who speak well. Do not listen to, yeah, man, yeah, yeah, yeah. That's all he says. Like, yeah, no, I can't have a conversation sir, we need some dialogue. Upgrade your IQ. Upgrade your intellect. Upgrade your language. Upgrade your body. When I come into a room, you feel my physical presence? I'm a 500-pound bencher, a strong guy. You can feel it, can't you? Upgrading your presence is the number one thing you should do as a business person, because people need to respect you immediately. When you walk in, you're a young lady entrepreneur, especially as a young lady, stand straight. Look me in my face. Shake my hand. Show me respect. Now we can be friends. You fluff me off and you're too good for me, cool, man. Keep it moving. Don't need you, but you might need me, right? In business, you never know what's going to happen. So you want to understand that if you're at 16 years old right now, any negative relationship you make right now, it's going to catch up to you. It did for me. 500 stitches in my head from people hitting me with things. A knife, steel bar, brass knuckles, a pool stick, all things that I got hit with in bars for thinking I was a cool guy. For thinking that I should just be disrespectful to people or whatever. Pick a fight instead of mend one, right? You can either build a bridge or burn it. I hope today, by the end of this talk, I want some really good ideas. People should be calling me saying, hey guys, how are we doing this? Somebody should be partnering up with me by the end of the day. You should all think about who you are and how you want people to remember you, right? I want to remember you as somebody that, when 3 years from now, when you're in the business world and you see me in the business world, which you will, I want to be able to say, oh man, I remember you from St. Josephs. You're doing great now, right? Awesome. You need any help? Give me a call. That's business. You don't want to be like that. You can have an attitude, but those people with that attitude usually work for somebody like me. Right? So that's what you want to think of. Who do you want to be? The successful person who positively promotes people, creates positive relationships, joint venture agreements, cross promotion, and otherwise is a good and great person towards their community and loved ones. Or you want to be a selfish person who probably works for somebody, doesn't make enough money, hates their life, and constantly complaining. How many people know people like that? Welcome to Windsor. You want to change it with me? Who's in? Anybody want to change it with me? Put your hand up if you want to change it. Who has the confidence to even put their hand up right there? Hand up. If you want to change Windsor, put your hand right up. Okay, so a whole stack of business cards there. I've been in every single news organization in Windsor this year. Look it up. Google my name. You could be in all of those with me by next year. As long as you give me a call, we make a plan, we make a goal, we have a dream, we put that into action, and together we positively promote you. Instead of negatively promoting yourself, find people who can help positively promote yourself. Now, to wrap this up, I want you to just remember one thing I told you. All of my business, I'm right here in Windsor, so I can be your friend. All of my businesses, they care about people. So Just Training, if you can't afford to train with me, but you are a girl in this class and you're terrified of the boys in this school, and you need self-defense classes, or you a man in this class that wants to maybe get bigger or stronger, maybe wants to get an athletic scholarship, something like that, but you can't afford it. If any of you can't afford that kind of situation, please call me. Because I'm going to train you. And I'm going to do it for free. And we're going to become friends. I'm going to train your brain and your mind and your body and your soul and your heart. We're going to upgrade your personality. I'm going to put you right back into war, a general. Right? Not a private, not a peon. General. Right from the first day. Business, you have the opportunity to create your own army of change right from the first day. My name's Justice. I have my army of change. It's called Joint Ventures Unlimited, and I hope that you guys are part of it. That's my speech for the day. Anybody have any questions to wrap it up?
Blindside.
It's not personal. How are you so able to transition your life like that?
I'm an interesting character in terms of adaptability. Okay, everybody has a unique personality, and my unique personality gives me the ability to adapt to situations well. Right? I'm pretty intelligent, and I have a very strong heart, and I care about my loved ones very much. So for me, I don't know if you're this in your family, but you're a big guy, right? Probably have a mom or a sister or somebody who loves you and depends on you, right? That's what you do. You focus on that. So when you're trying to get money, you don't focus on getting money. You focus on making a living for your family. You focus on being a good person that they can be proud of. And that's what keeps you going in a positive direction. It's not the money, it's not the business, it's what you're doing with your life that you feel good about. And who you're doing that with. So find people that you love. I love JC like a brother, and I will make sure that he eats well every day, and he has good clothes, and he has whatever he needs. Because he's my brother and I love him. That's what you have to do in business. That's what keeps you going. Any other questions? You can ask a follow-up question if you need.